about that. I don't. Alright, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I do it here. Alright, so another thing also this is going to help you with not only to strengthen your neck muscles, but notice how I'm going like this. Alright, see how I'm tapping it? Alright, that's giving me a little bit of shock. Alright, to my brain, to my head. Alright, for one, it's a good thing, but it's a bad thing. Alright, you don't want to overdo it and you don't want to underdo it. Alright, if you do it just enough, you'll get used to you'll familiarize your body, your head, your nervous system, everything. You'll familiarize it to the shock of getting, stunned here and there, getting stunned from you tapping it, alright? But if you overdo it, if you try to get too excited and you try to go a little hard because you think, oh, if I go harder, I might be able to take harder hits. Yeah, that will happen because, anything you set an overload to, your body will adapt to it. But the bad thing about it is just like anything else. Alright, if you overdo it, anything that you overdo is very, very unhealthy for you. So what this could happen, I don't know if you guys are familiar with TBI, traumatic brain injury. You can get TBI by literally just tripping and falling, not even falling hard on the ground. You can get TBI from that traumatic brain injury. Now imagine for all of you that have not mastered your guard and you're always getting struck in the head, alright, in sparring or in actual combat or in actual competing, alright, you guys are taking a lot of risk of getting TBI over and over and over and over, alright, so that's why you don't want to overcommit too much. That's why you want to master your guard. You want to trust your guard so it protects you from head and all that, strengthen your neck muscles to help your neck, absorb the impact. If you do take a hit, even if you take it through the guard, you can still you can still get TBI from that. Alright, so you don't want to overdo this, but you want to do it just enough to familiarize yourself a little bit. Alright, so here's how we're going to do it. First of all, we're going to put your hands behind your back, alright? That way you have no extra counterbalances, alright? Because these can be counterbalances, alright? You can be like this, and you can use these so you can counterbalance, alright? If you put them behind your hands, there's no counterbalance, alright? Now you're using a lot of core muscles to move up and down like that and try to, center yourself on the resistance so that it doesn't get out of control, alright? Another thing is, it's a little more difficult, it's a little more challenging, so you'll get, believe it or not, it's not hand-to-eye coordination because obviously you're not using your hands to strike, but it's still coordination that you're building, alright? Reflexes, timing, all kinds of stuff. So anyhow, you want to challenge yourself a tiny bit. You don't want to just always hit in the middle. You want to go a little bit left, right, so it moves around, and that's hence getting familiar with the ebb and flow of resistance coming towards you, right? So once again, you're going to push it back, and you're going to be hitting different spots, so it's going to be going back and forth like this, and you're just going to be trying to center yourself in between that ebb and flow of that resistance, alright? So here we go. This is what it's going to look like, alright? So you're going to keep going, alright? You can keep it in front of you like that to where you see the angle of the bag, alright? That's a lot of resistance right there I'm getting, alright? If you want less, you obviously don't have too much of an angle to where you're barely tapping and it's not coming back to you. But I want to challenge, so I'm going to keep it up here, alright? And you want to push down like so. That way you feel it big time on your neck muscles, alright? If you get tired of this, alright, you can go ahead and do it backwards as well. Now this is a little more challenging because you don't get to really see at all. Now you got to go for nothing but feeling. So what you're going to do is get in a sumo stance, which means really wide, really low. That way you activate inner thighs, quads, hamstrings, glutes, and a lot of core. Alright, so you're just going to stand there, try to center yourself on it, and same thing. You're going to push back and keep pushing back. Tap, tap, tap. Alright, so as you can see, it's moving a lot more than what it was when I was facing forward, because facing forward is a little more of a natural movement. Alright, so you can control it a lot more. Backwards is not normal, so it's almost like if you're looking at a mirror and you're trying to, I don't know, do some kind of, maybe cut your hair or something, the coordination is a little off because of the mirror. Alright, because we're all born one or the other, left or right. And once we see the mirror, it confuses us a little bit. Alright, same thing is happening here. It's kind of confusing a little bit, but you'll get used to the motion, ebb and flow. Notice how it's still low. Alright? And I'm working out those neck muscles, back and forth, getting tap, tap, tap. Right now, I'm a little bit dizzy right now from all the little, shock that my head was taking each time I was hitting. Alright, I feel a little bit dizzy, but once again, I'm familiarizing myself to that feeling of losing my equilibrium time a little bit so that I don't panic in the heat of the moment. Alright, that way I stay focused, I stay with my guard up, whatever the case may be. I know which way is up, which way is down. That way I don't get knocked out. The only other way, actually there's a few other ways I forgot to mention that I know how to strengthen your neck. Another way is, I'll bring this. I'm not sure if you can see this. This is a decline sit-up bench, right? What you're going to do is sit on it. Alright, after you're done doing your sit-ups, whatever type of sit-ups you like doing, you can rest your abs, go down. Alright, and basically just say yes and no. So, yes and no. Don't forget to keep breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, and just keep saying yes. Once you get tired of saying yes, say no. Once you get tired of saying no, say yes. So obviously when you say yes, you're going to work out your front and back neck muscles. When you say no, with your head off of the mat going forward, you're activating those neck muscles, the side ones, the back ones, stuff like that. Alright, and there was one more that I wanted to show you guys. Oh yeah. A simple one, alright? So this one, it does strengthen your neck muscles. It does strengthen your neck muscles, but it also familiarizes yourself with losing your equilibrium. Aside from that Russian roll, that's really good for that as well, because you're going to be rolling back and forth, you lose your equilibrium. But the more you familiarize yourself with that in a safe manner, in a controlled manner, the better chances you have of minimizing the risk of injury and also getting knocked out. So the last one I'm going to show you, which is very unconventional, this is my own method. Alright, so you stand in your guard, alright, whichever guard, however you like to stand, alright. So you stand in your guard, and then what you're going to do is, keep your guard there the whole time, everything the way it's supposed to be, alright. Elbows in, you don't want to be like this, alright, like some idiots do, alright. Elbows in like that, alright. That way you're blocking, you see you're not showing the big target like that. You're sideways, not only that, but you have guards in front of that target that you don't want to expose too much, right? Anyhow, you're going to stand in your guard, right? And then what you want to do is move your hands back and forth, sideways, and then reverse it. And don't follow a pattern, but go back and forth, and you'll see that you'll start to lose your equilibrium. It becomes more challenging to keep straight paces, going forward, backwards. You can switch it up, alright, and just going to keep moving, alright, back and forth. And you're going to lose your equilibrium big time, alright, but the more you do this, the more you get familiar with the motion, alright, or the effects of losing your equilibrium. And then that way you don't panic, and then as soon as you're done doing that for about a minute, you can go ahead and shadow box. Either that, or hit some mitts if someone can help you out, or hit the heavy bag. While you're all dizzy and losing your equilibrium, because then you'll see that it's a whole different ball game when you're trying to punch, when you're not all there, when your knees are not all there, your legs are not all there, your mind is not all there from losing your equilibrium. Alright, but if you familiarize yourself with that, in case you do get rocked, you won't get shocked.